Welcome to VGotM episode number 39. It's not 38 because YouTube decided to copy strike us because we showed the Olympics in a bad light last month.
Yep.
Learned our lesson.
Yeah.
Thanks, big brother.
We'll
never speak negatively about things ever again.
Ever again.
So, in light of that, this month is only positive. We're only going to talk about positive things.
I'll give you a positive.
Right.
Chief Giraffe is voting for Kamala Harris.
Wow.
That's going to get us boosted to the top.
We're going to hit the front page of YouTube.
Right. We're going to make the algorithm. I love Kamala Harris and Tampon Tim. I mean, Tim Walls. I love him.
And
That's my
we just got notice.
Oh,
that's
and
my
the stream's
only
down.
question when I vote.
And the stream's gone already.
Oh, man. Well, it's number 39. I'm here with, you heard him, you love him, Chief, our political pundit, our talking head. Vote as he tells you to vote.
Oh, political pundit. That's I'm adding that to my repertoire.
You can put it on your resume.
I'm putting that on my resume. How can anyone prove me wrong? Like you could easily put I was the general manager of a Toys R Us. They can't look it up.
Right, because Toys R Us is defunct now.
Toys R Us is gone.
Yeah,
You can easily put that on your resume. I was the general manager of Toys R Us.
right. That's why
I was the general manager of Bed Bath & Beyond.
That's why I say
Are they gone now?
Bed Bath & Beyond still exists.
Not around here.
They are like going out of business. Like
They're like all of them are gone in this area. They're all gone.
because the one near us was closing down.
I was the CEO of the East Indian Trading Company. I don't know if y'all knew that.
That's right.
Oh,
wow.
That's how I can afford to stream once a month.
All those doubloons.
Yes. Someone's really hot. I don't know who it is. Say something, Witherbottom.
Hello.
Say it again.
Is it me?
Hello.
It is Witherbottom for some reason.
I say.
Witherbottom's always hot. Let's give him that.
Right.
Oh,
That's
shucks,
right.
you
I don't know what it
guys.
is. I hope chat, if you can hear me. We
hear
got
me?
someone saying yes, politics, very political.
Very
Yes,
political.
thank you.
Yes.
Like there's
Thank
someone
you,
in
Noodle.
the chat. No, there's not.
Yes, there
that's
is.
We got
false
viewers.
typing that in.
We got viewers.
Either that or it's Happy Hawaiian
I
typing it
did
in.
not know we have viewers.
Yeah, welcome. All right. Well, so we're going to talk about first. We decided to play Satisfactory again this month. But when I told one of my friends that we were playing Satisfactory, and he was asking about like how do we like what's it like, the style of game, and I was like, and basically, is there combat? And I told him, oh no, we turn off the combat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just factory.
And then he responded and said, doesn't that make it a cozy game? And I have the question for the VGotM crew. Are we cozy gamers now?
It's been a long time coming.
Are we turning into women?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I played one night this month, Satisfactory, and I had a blanket over my legs.
No.
Fireplace
think-
going, some hot chocolate.
Yeah,
Hot chocolate, chamomile tea.
I think
I pulled up a
I
little
think the
fireplace
evidence
on my
is
second
overwhelming.
monitor.
well, always, yeah.
Had a rom-com playing.
It wasn't necessarily that we wanted to be cozy. It was we wanted to get further than we did last time, which we definitely did.
Yeah,
And we wanted to just take that one aspect out that made it the most difficult, made it the most frustrating to deal with, because you just be walking and then all of a sudden you just get rammed by a goat and you die. And so it was just a way to save time.
I think another way we saved time this month, as opposed to last Satisfactory, was that I made the executive decision early on to remove myself from the main factory and go as far away as I could and make all my factories, because I feel like I restructured a lot last time and that wasted time.
You were a nomad. Like you'd be out in the desert and I'd be like, hey, I need you to come in for a second. And you're like, no, I'm building factories.
Yeah.
He just
And
built
I
his
was,
own
"Well,
factory in the
I need
desert.
your
I
idea
built
for doing
factories.
this." And like, then I go out to the desert and there's like 12 factories out there.
Meanwhile,
There you go.
me and Witherbottom are
Military
just like
efficient
noodling
factory.
all over in the
Yes.
jungle area.
Created the biggest coal plant you've ever seen in the desert.
It's
That was
true.
that was a very impressive coal plant. And then you built the fuel factory, and that was even more impressive.
I did enjoy building the. In fact, the only footage I have this month is of me building the fuel factory.
Perfect. That's all we need. Well, this was sent by Happy
Ooh,
Hawaiian.
thank you, Noodle Gamings. Nice.
Got a
It says,
sub.
All right.
cool channel earned a sub.
That's-
There we go.
Appreciate
Oh.
it, sir.
Right.
Yeah.
Just like
So,
that. We're famous.
This was sent
Are
by.
they going to start recognizing me on the streets?
Oh yeah.
I wear my
If-
avatar on my
if
face.
they see a giraffe in the moonlight, they. So 80% of male relationships, adult male relationships, are just sending cancelable memes to each other in a group chat and responding either LOL or LOL, depending on your level of amusement. Do you think this rings true for us?
Um,
I would say so.
yes.
I don't, let me tell you this. I don't get notifications to Instagram. Okay.
Mm,
You don't see all
And
my
the
edgy
group-
memes?
Well, no. Well, but the group chat that we're in Instagram, I opened it up one time and there was 1,116 missed messages of memes between all of us.
I mean,
No,
I
I
feel
mean,
like
I'm
if
not
you
on
value us
Instagram all
as
the
friends,
time.
you'll go watch them all.
But I did go back and watch a lot of them.
Every now and then, I'm like,
They were
don't open
funny.
Instagram for a
Did
couple
you
days.
curl up under a blanket while you did that?
I did. Had my chamomile tea, my diffuser going, and my dehumidifier, my humidifier,
Watch some funny
my air
cat
purifier.
videos.
Yes.
Well,
All right. Well, this one, we have our random memes of the month, but I love this one. It's like, I'm dying. My life flashes before my eyes.
Okay, that was good. That's really good.
I keep telling people that they're like, if I ever get Alzheimer's, because my wife is terrified of Alzheimer's for some reason. And I'm like, if I ever get Alzheimer's, I'll just go play the games I've loved again. Like I have a list of them. They're like pasted. There's a post-it note on my computer. And I wake up and I don't remember anything. I'll just be like, oh, I need to play these games. And it'll be a wonderful time. Like, can you imagine playing Outer Wilds again for the first time?
yeah, but then you'd like get a piece of information and forget about it. I feel like you'd forget the game by the time you made any progress.
That's funny.
I don't think Alzheimer's works that way.
Well,
You'd be like 10-second Tom from 50 First Dates. Remember that movie?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's like, hi, I'm Tom. Says, oh, don't worry, you'll get over it in about 15 seconds. What, was I in an accident? What's going on?
All
Hi,
right.
I'm Tom.
So we have to wait like another hour before I show you guys this one. But I found a YouTube channel that I've fallen in love with. So we'll give him a shout out in a little bit.
All right.
so we're going to bolster his audience.
Yeah. But,
Is this the
Get
country
ready,
song?
Noodle.
it is the country song. It's a
Oh,
country song.
boy.
I forgot his name. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I got to look at the.
Yeah. But the gamer came out and said that people who identify, this was a couple years ago, but people who identify as gamers are more likely to be sexist and racist, report has found. I don't know if y'all understand, but I'm going to say based.
Yeah, for some reason I got this like poll from the gamer, and everything I filled out like just seemed to
It was
coincide with what they were asking. I don't know.
It was a survey of one, and it was just
Me.
they trolled.
man.
They trolled through the YouTube channels about a podcast of 5 people.
They said we've got to get Chief. Oh man.
Salty almost blew it for us because he's not sexist, but
True.
he did it. He outdid himself with his racism.
Yeah, a little.
For what he lacks in sexism, he makes up for in racism.
That's
Yeah,
right.
went overboard.
That doesn't give it both hands.
Giraffe Gang, I have some really, really bad news for y'all.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
It hurts my heart to say.
Can my heart take it?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Give it to me
Astrocross
straight,
tweeted
Doc.
this out. some of the boys and I just got banned in Halo
no.
Infinite for teabagging.
man.
Halo of all things.
I know.
Wow.
Is that what Halo looks like now?
Yes.
Oh, that's with the armor.
Yeah.
Oh my
armor.
god, what the fuck did they do?
Did they get permanently banned, or is it
I think it was just a week ban.
Wow.
a week?
Yeah.
Well,
Oh my gosh.
It looks like Fortnite.
honestly.
Do y'all not remember the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 lobbies?
I just remember little kids with screechy mics.
Mhm.
Yes, and
I
the
was one
amount
of
of
those
times
kids.
that I was told that your mother is blah blah blah, you're gay, I hate you, and then it'd be like, okay, we're gonna play again. It's like
Oh yeah.
that was the craziest lobbies that ever existed with the chats,
Yeah.
and then now we're getting banned for teabagging.
Yep. I made a comment. Someone was like, "Oh my gosh, that like if people had understood how toxic Modern Warfare lobbies were back in the day,"
Yeah.
and it was like, "Oh no, our Rocket League lobbies get pretty toxic
I mean,
sometimes. We just have to get
I'm
creative with the
constantly
insults."
surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, can we all agree that Halo invented teabagging?
I know that's it. That's the
It's
problem.
I think
Like
that's what
Halo
it originated.
invented that.
They should be giving him an award, not a ban.
Yeah, like you should be pinning a medal on him.
They should make an Astacross.
Teabagging.
They should give an Astacross skin that's just permanently teabagging.
Yes.
Yeah.
Unreal.
But be careful who you teabag. You might get reported. So here's a
will not.
question. Since we're 15 minutes, so we'll be fine, right, for this?
Here we go.
Here we go. If a male to female transgender is
Off to a
teabagging
good
someone,
start.
can he teabag? Or she?
Male to female.
Yeah,
Wait, a male to female.
yeah, male to female. Can
So a
teabagging...
Yeah.
trans woman.
Say what?
So a trans woman.
Is that how it works?
Yes.
I really... Okay. Yes,
Get it
male
wrong.
to
This
female.
could be the end.
Okay.
Okay. Can they, he, she, it, teabag?
If the
This
nuts
is-
are still attached, yes.
Okay, but if there are no nuts, it can't teabag. It's not considered like actual teabagging.
What is it
Well-
then?
I don't know.
V-bagging.
Teabagging? Mm.
Well,
I guess it could be teabagging because it could be tampon bagging.
well, true. But I mean, we never really considered like female like Spartans or male Spartans teabagging in Halo. It was just teabagging. It's just the motion
Yeah,
of
I have
putting
been
crotch
teabagged as a
on
female
face.
character.
But this is a current year, Chief. We have to think
Well,
about that.
true.
now.
But it's just the motion of putting crotch on face is all it was.
Does
In,
space sitting count as teabagging then?
Well, I mean, one's pleasurable, one's not.
I don't know. Teabagging is pretty pleasurable for the teabagger. So if it's a mutual pleasure, you would say that it's not considered teabagging.
No.
We're
If
answering
one
the hard
is trying
questions.
to dominate the other, then it's teabagging or humiliate the other.
Okay, I think I understand now. With the
Okay.
writer, do you have thoughts?
No.
It's like I'm staying away from this.
I'm staying away from this one.
Oh man,
Wow. Okay. So good start.
good start. Yeah. So there's a guy who has a new YouTube channel. His name is Timothy Kane. He started his YouTube channel about a year ago, and he was one of the early engineers on the Fallout 1 and 2. And then he went, I think he worked for Troika and then worked for Carbine Studios and then worked for Obsidian. So he's a 30-year veteran of the industry at this point. So he said, critique of capitalism was never the point of Fallout. In fact, the game went out of its way to mention that other countries like China are also behaving terribly. If anything, Fallout is a comment that war is inevitable given basic human nature. Which...
Well, remember, war never changes.
Exactly.
That probably didn't settle well.
Not in Reddit. In fact, anyone who posted this got banned. In fact, you can
What?
see in the screenshot down there. I'm sorry. This
The
post has been removed by the
from the moderator.
moderators of Fallout.
The critique of capitalism is another point in Fallout. The fact that game. Wow. Interesting.
Wow.
I
And
can't
so
believe that.
it is a series. Like, if you go look at the thread, it's a series of comments being like, "No, it's a critique on capitalism. Timothy Kane just doesn't understand his own art."
Oops. Hey,
Wow.
that's got to be it.
I know, it's fair. It's fair.
Wow, who could have guessed?
I mean, I would say that everything is a critique on capitalism. This podcast could probably be considered a critique on capitalism.
I thought that's why we started it.
In fact, it's such a critique on capitalism. You should donate money to us. The Bitcoin address will be linked below. You can just send Bitcoin to us, and we'll be as anti-capitalism as you want.
Did was I the only one that watched the Fallout series? Did anybody else watch it?
I think we all did. It was so good.
I watched the first episode.
Okay.
Wait,
With the bottom?
I haven't seen it.
Okay.
You can spoil it. Go ahead.
Yeah,
It's been out for like a
I'm just
month.
saying, no, it's been out longer than that, but in the show, they tried to follow what the game was doing, like as close as they could. It wasn't really a critique on capitalism. It was a critique on the elite rich who control the puppets of society.
Sounds like capitalism to me.
Sounds like capitalism. Yeah.
No.
I want to make a joke, but we're not far enough into YouTube yet.
Yeah, I've only had like a quarter of a beer, so
Quick, get another one.
I'm on my third.
you're on your third beer.
All right,
Yeah.
Salty. What do you think?
Goodness.
Fallout
Well,
critique
lay
on
it all out
capitalism?
On the line for us.
I didn't think that too far into the show. I just thought it was funny.
It was whimsical.
It was very whimsical. It was rated high on the whimsy scale.
The whimsy scale.
Yeah.
Nice.
Maybe I'll watch it.
It was good.
When you really drill
Huge
it down,
plot
though,
twist.
isn't everything, like I think I said this, but isn't everything a critique on capitalism? Like just living, just being existing is kind of a critique on capitalism.
Yeah.
With the bottom, appreciate this. So, Newsfeed published an article where a man chased a rabbit down a rabbit hole and found like a 700-year-old Templar cave underneath. And the title
When
is,
was this?
oh, I don't know. I think it was a couple years ago. I get old memes sometimes. But
That's
it's like-
funny.
It's so there's a point where Witherbottom and I was DMing for him and DMing Dungeons and Dragons, and him and his group were running through into a city, and I had put a temple in the middle of a city, and the mystery that they're supposed to solve was that there were children disappearing, right? Witherbottom, or was it just people?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
People were disappearing in the city, and the point I was trying to make, like, there's lizard people living in the sewers underneath that were dragging people down and sacrificing them.
Is that a critique on capitalism?
Again, we're too. It was. How did you know?
It's a critique on the government.
So there's lizard. Anyway, so Witherbottom and his party saw this big temple that had the doors had been closed for, I think, decades at this point. It's like a monastery in the middle of a temple, or a monastery in the middle of a city. And so they said, that's the evil place. We need to go search that. And they just walked up to this temple, and I basically made like the temple door impossible to unlock. But one of them rolled a natural 20. And they unlocked it. And I literally had to improvise a 3-hour session of D&D of them exploring this temple, because I was like, there's nowhere they're going to even think about going in here. They're going to ask people around. They're going to find out that it's like happens at night near the sewers. They're going to figure, like, no, they went straight for the temple. And I was like, I don't have this content. And I had to come up with this temple layout in my head. They get in, and like there's a whole like plot line I had to come up with. And I don't know if y'all realized it at the time, Witherbottom, but it was extremely stressful for me.
Wow. This is the untold part of DM performance
Oh
that
my
you only
gosh.
get from a real DM.
I'm
I
people,
didn't know what DM stood for at the beginning. I was like,
Oh.
why are you sliding in direct messages? It doesn't make any sense. Okay, Dungeon Master.
Yeah,
Got it.
Dungeons and
Got it.
Dragons.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a
It's
good session.
It's always pretty funny how you think you know how it's gonna go, and then they just completely go off the rails, and you're just like, okay, here we go.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
The only thing I have associated with with Dungeons and Dragons is Big Bang Theory. And just like watching
Yeah.
that show.
Community did an excellent Dungeons and Dragons episode.
That was
Good
fun.
episode.
And if you've ever watched the IT Crowd also does a
Oh my
phenomenal
gosh.
Dungeons and Dragons episode.
That is such a good show. I was going for Ruddy Mysterious. Man, I need
I need to watch Community. I haven't seen that yet.
Oh, great show.
IT Crowd. If you haven't watched IT Crowd is also amazing. Like one of the best shows, like best comedies I've ever seen. All right, Chief, I'm going to rely on your expertise for this, okay?
What did I do?
No, this is about Destiny 2.
Okay.
So,
Oh, my word.
Pirate Software.
more of the layoff stuff? Or
kind of talking about, but it goes back further. But Pirate Software is a previously worked at Blizzard and Amazon Game Studios, and now he runs his own what's it called? Game studio. He's an indie studio, but he's a big streamer. Like he's like blown up in streaming. And so he made a comment basically claiming, or the way he thinks is that when Bungie broke away from Activision in 2019, then after they did that, they went heavily free to play into the monetization of players. And so his kind of claim is that Activision was actually holding Destiny 2 back from overly monetizing their players. And I was wondering what you think of that. Because one of the key points it says is today we see Destiny 2 has a number of DLC, annual passes, in-game currency, and cosmetic packs. Whereas before, I don't even know what it's like before.
It had all that before. Like, okay, so Destiny 1 did not have an in-game currency, an in-game store, or anything until after like midway through year like 2. So but Destiny 2 launched with that.
Yeah.
So microtransactions and all that has been in Destiny 2 from the beginning.
Oh, okay.
And it wasn't in Destiny 1 at the beginning. In one of the DLCs, I think it was Curse of Osiris, which was the worst one. That was back when loot boxes were still a huge thing before like people sued about those and everything. Like remember it was Overwatch that really kind of broke the mold with that, I think.
Mm-hmm. They did.
And that's whenever people were like, okay, this is ridiculous. Like you have to spend $20,000 essentially to get everything, you know? That's how it was in Destiny. Like some of the nicer cosmetics and like weapon cosmetics and stuff, they were locked behind a random world loot box. And there was no duplication protection. There was no it was all and that was heavily in D1 at the beginning of the game, at the beginning of its time with Activision. But then after the whole Overwatch thing, it did go down. But honestly, I didn't see a change from Activision leaving and Bungie continuing there. They still rely heavily on the Eververse store, just like they did in D originally. Everything, the model that they moved away from is that you can still get armor pieces and stuff. Like you can still get nice cosmetics without paying, but nicer stuff, like the really nicer stuff, like they did crossovers with like Dungeons and Dragons and God of War and other games, Mass Effect and stuff like that, like with The Witcher. Like they did cosmetic crossovers between those games, and all of those were locked behind a paywall. Like you had to buy those if you wanted them. So yeah, the nicer stuff you got to pay for, and that's always how it's been on any free to play game, as far as I know. But yeah, that I don't know what the model's going to look like now that Sony's taken over completely of Bungie. I don't know what the future is going to hold, but we'll see how it goes. So
I don't have high hopes.
I don't either. I
feel like Destiny's kind of done.
I think after whatever these episodes are that they've already done, I don't know what's going to happen. I really don't. And honestly, the only way that they could save Destiny is doing Destiny 3, a complete restart from the beginning. Because like when Jarnod tried to join in, whenever we played it a few months ago, he was like, I have no idea what to do. There's just so much stuff to like the new player experience is 0.
Yeah.
On a scale of 1 to 100, it is a 0 because there's no clear direction. There's no thing. And honestly, like I am for a Destiny 3 restart. Clear out the vaults, start it all over, do a brand new story. And I can tell you, they can bring in a ton of more people.
Re-release Destiny 1 on PC.
Destiny 1 on PC, yeah. Yeah.
Said it for years.
I wonder if that's an issue with like MMOs in general. Like there's this attitude that you have to get to end game before the game like opens up. And it's like when I was playing MMOs back in the day, it was like the one like starting out to max level was so much fun, and the journey was like a large portion of it. And you had extra fun at the end with in game, but I didn't feel like I was rushing to get to the end game ever, at least.
Yeah.
And I think that like this attitude of like we have to get to the end game quicker and quicker and quicker has caused like a new player experience to feel a lot worse.
Yeah, there's this other article I read when they started doing these layoffs again with Bungie. It was like they don't think that Destiny can continue going because the player base is older people now. I mean, the game's been out for 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
So like your player base is a veteran style piece. You're not pulling in as many new players to the game. And here's the other thing too. They've, with Marathon that they're trying to revive, like it's already gone through like 2 iteration changes before. Like it was supposed to be an extraction shooter. Now it's like a hero extraction shooter. There's no you pick a class hero instead of like actual character customization. It's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
And they just keep changing stuff and I honestly think that, and I don't want it to fail, but I really think Marathon is going to fail. And when Marathon fails, Sony is going to be like, okay, we don't know what else can we do. We lost $4 billion in this thing. What can we do?
See, is that a good segue? It is. That'll work.
That'll do.
So PC Gamer has talked about recently where it's like there's a weird eagerness of players to have games fail nowadays. And that's going to be one of our big sections tonight.
Interesting.
Is that there is a large, we'll talk about 3 AAA games that came out in the last week and a half that are all terrible.
Oh.
Like really bad. And so like there's this, so they're talking about the eagerness of people, of gamers to they want these unpopular games to fail. Of course, we have this one right here. When consumer boycott fails, how do we punish game companies? I agree with this one. Maybe if companies make games for actual gamers and not activists, then we'll talk. And I think that's part of it. Like, so there's a streamer named Nadeshot who, I'm not going to play the clip, but he basically was like, why do all these gamers want these games to fail? And it's like, well, part of it's because it doesn't feel like games are like these types of games are made for me anymore, if that makes sense. Like the gamer anymore. Pal World did phenomenally. Helldivers was doing great. Yep. And then these 3 games have come out, and like, why are we failing? What's the big deal? Like, why do you want these games to fail? Like, because you're not doing your job of creating an escape from the modern world of like people want to get on. They don't want to have certain things pushed in their face over and over and over again.
Yep.
So let's talk about Concord, the first of these games to fail.
Ooh, can you watch the trailers?
Oh, do you have the trailer on you?
No.
I have the opening sequence for Dustborn. So
Concord launch trailer.
Yeah, here, let me look that up. We'll probably get copystruck for this, so.
Oh, we don't have to. I don't know anything about these games.
Yeah, I've never even heard of Concord.
All right, let's look up Concord. We kind of like one of the reasons we got here we go. All right.
It doesn't have to be the trailer, but just like
no, I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine
about it.
Here we go. Okay, so here's Concords. Let me change the Discord around so you guys can hear it. How do I switch? I always forget. How do I do that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Your screen. Change what
You're the dungeon master.
I know. There we go. Okay. You should be able to hear it as soon as I press play. So here's a Concord trailer. Launch trailer was 5 days ago.
Ooh, that's loud.
Oh, sorry. Let me turn it down. That better?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Okay.
Now you see me.
So it's a hero shooter, kind of like Overwatch.
Just Overwatch to Valorant again.
Yeah. I think I'll wait until we finish. But
I just think it's funny how the most interesting character is the robot.
I know.
In that game.
Yeah, I don't know why they're surprised. Like, yeah, we've seen all this before. It's my
I've
problem.
seen that game 400 times.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have the stats on me, but it's like the 45th most selling game the week of its launch, and it's on PC also, and it has like I think 300 players playing it.
Wow.
It's like a complete flop.
It never broke 1,000, did it?
I don't think it did. No. Or is it this?
Sure,
Don't
it's
worry.
exciting for the people who worked on it, but like,
Well, we'll get to that in a second. But Sony thought it was going to be as big as Overwatch, so they actually put out a limited edition controller.
Wow.
oops.
Oh man.
Not as good as the Xbox Deadpool controller.
Maybe that'll be the discount controller that you
Did you
can
see
buy.
that?
I did. That was awesome. The Deadpool controller had like butts.
A butt.
Yeah.
Well, so like afterwards, like they're getting a little bit of hate because like the characters are clearly activist inspired. Like none of them are super exciting. Like Salty said, like the robot looks like the only interesting one.
Yeah, you got a furry. I'm sure one of them's a trans. I'm sure one of them is,
I
yeah.
think they're all trans.
So they have some people like, oh my gosh, we worked really hard on it. I'm so honored that I got to play. And then people were like, well, the game's not that good. And then they're like, I don't care. There's a huge labor of love from a bunch of insanely talented. Why should I care if a bunch of talentless freaks are hating on it? And like,
Let's see his gameplay.
I don't know if I can find. All right, I'll see if I can find some. But it's like that's one of the issues I think that people are running into. Is that like these developers are not are like have this idea of like we know what's best for you kind of thing, and they don't give a there we go. And then so there's not like an attitude of like, hey, how do we like make the player feel the best about this? It's only like, no, we know best, talentless freaks. Why would we like care about what your opinion is?
You just don't get it.
You just don't get it.
I read that last. It says talentless freaks actually came to drop some positive criticism. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I was taking no prisoners.
Wow.
Yeah. And so I watched an interview with what's his name, Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds about the Deadpool and Wolverine, which I still haven't seen, so don't drop any spoilers yet.
It was amazing.
I heard it was fantastic, and like their whole thing was
fantastic.
On the interview was the audience is true north. Whatever, like we want to give the audience what they want. And it's like why don't game devs have the same attitude towards
in an entertainment industry,
right?
I can't believe.
All right, we'll watch some gameplay as we go. So that's one of the characters.
It's good. He looks
okay. An
battle.
obese
I think that's a she.
okay.
No, it says he, him at the top.
Oh shit!
It
does say that.
They have your pronouns. Oh my god!
Because I would have never known if they hadn't had that.
I know you don't know.
Oh my goodness. Progress.
I feel like leaving the pronouns out would have left a little bit more excitement in the guessing on what they were.
Well, it could be a female to male.
I'm surprised they don't have their pronouns up there right now.
But like when you look at that lineup, let's
Just
go back.
permanently on the top right of your screen.
it's that's their nameplate. It's not the name. It's just.
This is C, him, she, they.
Oh my god! Look at the fucking the silhouette of the fat one. What is that?
That's
so
ridiculous.
Like none of the character design in here looks especially inspired.
Yeah.
See,
nope.
I feel like if a game was like this and it kind of made fun of that kind of stuff, it'd be great. You know,
right?
like they get a kill and they were like, she, her, never saw it coming or something like that. It'd be so funny.
And then they would not they'd get canceled immediately.
I know they would.
I would buy it. Like that sounds hilarious.
Oh, so it looks like, let's see. Let's see what the fat one, because he's playing the fat guy.
That's literally the same screen as Valorant. 100%.
It looks
same everything in the corner, same in the top, in the bottom HUD. 100% Valorant.
I think
we're getting canceled for copywriting.
Yeah. We get canceled because we mentioned the Olympics.
So,
These guys fully copied Valorant.
That's the funny thing about the Olympics. Like I was thinking of the Concord lineup. I was thinking of where is it? Where were we? This. I was thinking of this screen when I was like, oh, it looks like a hero shooter lineup. Like when they were showing.
That's ridiculous.
Oh man. I think okay, so what else did they say? Oh, here we go. We do actually have the numbers. So
all right.
Here's the Steam charts for it. Peak was 700.
Wow.
500 after that.
That's just on Steam though, right? That doesn't include PlayStation.
That's correct, just on Steam. And it had a 2.8 out of 10 user score on Metacritic.
I doubt PlayStation got many more people. Well, unless it was included in their subscription plan, maybe more people played it on PlayStation. But
I love this comment right here. This is like E.T. on Atari levels of bad. If there were physical copies made of Concord, they bury them in the desert and unveil them as a collectible.
Wow.
Let's see. But, sorry, I'm a little loud. But it gets worse.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Oh, is this the Star Wars game?
Mm-hmm. So
Star
Ubisoft,
Wars Outlaws, right?
Star Wars Outlaws launched Star Wars Outlaws a couple days ago. Here's one of the
character models.
Not the character model. This is a bug. The game is a buggy piece of shit, apparently.
Wait, from Ubisoft? What?
No.
Shocked. Oh no. Where's that shocked Pikachu face?
Who could have thought it?
So some YouTubers are experiencing significant bugs. The female protagonist, it's like there points out a moment where the NPC addresses the female protagonist as "sir," and he's unsure if this was a bug or a feature.
Oh my gosh!
All right, y'all ready to watch some clips of some
Yes.
Star Wars Outlaws?
All right.
All right, so this
my.
is stealth. Okay, can you guys see that, or do I have to expand it some?
You might have to make it big.
They're in stealth.
Let's see if I can make it any bigger.
Can't wait to see the explosion.
If I make it bigger, what happened? Nope.
Let's hit the corner. Hit the corner of the video. Yeah, there you go.
That's not showing everything.
That's okay. I can still see it. Oh,
No, we're going to go back to small. Sorry, it's not important.
okay.
All right, so here we go. So he's trying to do stealth. Or she, sorry. Okay, stealthing up, stealthing by some people.
Oh, sneaky.
That's good.
Whoa.
Wow.
And everybody aggro.
Oh my god.
And he didn't even take down the guy.
Didn't even take down the guy.
Oh my god.
And once again, I'll repeat. We've seen this before. You know, it's no different from every other.
Because we got this.
Pause that. Look at. Did you see the grass?
I know.
Oh yeah,
The effects on the grass?
is going
No.
crazy for no reason.
It was
What
going.
gets me is-
Back it up further. A little bit further. A little bit further.
Yeah, I saw it. Okay.
Okay. And then hit play. Just watch it. Like,
Oh my god.
watch the physics on that.
That-
What is that?
That's not what grass looks like.
That's disco grass. Come on, guys.
Disco grass.
Don't you guys know anything about Star Wars?
Yeah. It's clear on Narshada.
What gets me is
Ridiculous.
we got this instead of a new Battlefront. You know?
I don't think Ubisoft was involved with Battlefront, were they?
Oh, were they not? I
That
thought
was
they made
EA.
that.
No, that's EA.
Oh, okay.
But
It's in the game.
it gets worse. Okay. So here's another stealth mission. Sneaking up.
That was
Okay.
Star Wars again.
Smack someone down.
Oh.
Oh wait. There's like 700 of them.
Oh.
Oh my god.
All stacked up together.
You should have known.
Oh man.
That's like the dude on X-Men Mimic. He
I know.
just
Oof.
splits right into
Magnificent, aren't they? Oh my god.
Oh, so good. All
Oh
right.
my.
It gets worse.
It gets
Oh my
worse.
God.
Oh boy.
God. Okay.
This is like a vast looking game. I think Ubisoft has done a really, really good job, by the way.
Oh.
Oh, good. Great.
I love
Never mind.
this is an influencer. They clearly paid for him to play the game because like they gave out keys to influencers ahead of the
Of
thing.
course, yeah.
And it's like,
Ubisoft has
He
done a really
still
good job.
chose to post that, though.
Never mind. That's funny.
I'm sorry.
and it's like, this is actually a really good game, and just immediately falls through the floor.
Never mind.
Oh, it gets worse.
Oh my word.
How can it possibly get any worse? Oh, that's loud.
Oh, sorry. There you go. Start over.
Oh. Oh.
Wow.
And now she can't walk up to her bike.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my word.
Are
Wait,
you
was
a
that the
female
map boundary?
protagonist in this game?
Yeah, your female protagonist.
Was that the
Oh, yeah.
map
But you're
boundary?
dressed like Han Solo.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
a scoundrel, a smuggler.
That's ridiculous.
Oh, man. Oh, okay. All right. But that's
Or
not
what's the other game?
that's
Oh
not
my
the
god, I've
worst.
seen this
Oh
one.
man.
Not the worst game. So the worst game that has come out so far has been Dustborn.
Is this that triggered clip? That was so fucking funny.
Okay. I wish I could. Oh man, I need to figure out how to do this later. I am going to have to play it, so you are going to have to listen to it. We're going to listen to the whole song. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Might want to turn it down a little more.
I took it down. Let's see. Is that too loud?
Okay.
I'm
That's
okay.
good.
What is?
Aliens, we're the refugees. We walk among
What the
you.
fuck?
We're right behind you. Time is past. Your kind
Sorry.
We're the dust fortress. This bug is airborne. We're the newborn. Our kind is newborn. We're the dust born. This bug is airborne. We're the newborn. Our kind is newborn. We're the dust born.
Rock, rock, rock.
Oh, God.
Whoever's playing this is not very good either.
Oh man.
Wow.
Don't worry.
Different. You make a living doing this?
We're a bit rusty, and it's been a long day.
Yeah, sure thing. By the way, that song could be considered offensive in the Republic. This isn't Pacifica. People here don't like politics with their entertainment. What's your band name?
God.
We're the dustborn.
Oh, so I got chills.
Wow.
Wow. I'm
Alright,
so
I'm
inspired.
installing it as we speak.
Hey,
I got it, salty.
Yeah, okay. It's so good.
All right.
Oh man.
There's a trigger ability. I don't know what this game is about. One of the people I follow on Twitter is like the first person in the entire world to finish the game. And she's like, "Oh, this was bad." All right.
Fella you're with, the black kid, dresses like a writer. Does he know anything?
You are racist.
Oh no. Oh my no.
Wow.
Wow.
They labeled it as trigger, too.
Triggered.
I can't tell if they're doing this to make fun or if they're doing this as like there's a certain point where as you are creating something, you're not sure if it's activism or parody anymore. And we've reached that point.
I don't know.
Oh man. All right, here's the last one. What's up, Conductor Fishy? Thanks for dropping by. Okay, so there's a scene where the robot wants to give you a hand. Okay. Let's turn down just a little bit so we don't blow our viewers' eardrums out. Here we go.
Oh, hello.
Hey, what's the golem doing on the bus?
Ma'am, I'll be happy to serve as your driver. I want to assure you that I'm fully capable of operating this vehicle. I don't mean that you have software, of course. You lack the paperwork, but I don't need any.
I'm not going to be mean to it.
I don't know if there's a way through, though.
Don't touch me.
What was that?
Oh, hello.
This robot is so nice. Like, fuck off.
Why was she being so homophobic?
And the streamer's like, I have to do this. I can't help it. Like, there's no way not to be a complete asshole to this random robot.
Wow.
Oof.
AAA gaming in a nutshell.
That top comment is
Quadruple A.
is fucked.
That's right. That's right. Star Wars Outlaws was quadruple A. I forgot. Thank you for the reminder.
My word.
All right. Sorry. On a lighter note, I know it's super bright. This was sent in by a viewer. Conductor, yes, says that, what is this ability? It sucks. Yes. Apparently the whole game of Dustborn is horrible. Okay. So this viewer sent this in and wanted me to, there's a couple things of translating from English to another language. And, yeah.
Thank you, viewer.
Please don't hurt me, YouTube. This is not me. This is Finnish. Okay.
Kokkien pussi.
The cook's pouch sounds like
Kokkien pussi.
I mean,
That's
I
funny.
I hate when I'm trying to say that and I forget what the finish is for it.
I know. All right, so here's my favorite one. Okay. And we're going to go to Dutch. Okay, you ready?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Kies mijn mooiste kant.
That's funny.
Oh, pick my most beautiful. I feel like if I was ever going to make a game and translate it into Dutch, I would definitely randomly add this in there.
Kies mijn mooiste kant.
Oh man, just to lighten the mood after some AAA gaming, if you know what I mean.
So, I feel like, I mean, the last one was a pretty far out, but like I feel like most game studios don't have very original ideas.
No,
I feel like they're just doing recrafts of the same genre of game that's been successful from some other studio, or maybe even their studio in the past. And then they're like, "Oh, why don't you like this? It's the same thing you liked before, except worse and and not as thought out." You know, it's like, well, correct, yes.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of them just like play another game, like, oh, I'm going to just take this part out, put it into my game for no reason, without thinking about like what is it actually going to do.
Well, at first I thought it was a knockoff of like Guitar Hero.
Yeah,
that's like
at the beginning of that. I was like, who makes Guitar Hero games anymore?
I don't know if y'all came across this in Discord, but
Yeah,
I
think even Guitar Hero figured out that was a lost cause after like the 6th one.
Yeah.
So this has been popping up on my Discord, like randomly World of Warcraft quests, and Skull and Bones is currently available. I'm like, what is this? Like, why are you advertising to me in my Discord?
Yeah, I know.
Yep.
I feel like paying for Nitro should get me out of that.
Yeah.
Time to boycott
I'm looking
Discord.
at a Skull and Bones ad right now.
I know. I mean, though, I kind of Ninja did suggest Skull and Bones.
Hey, remember that is a quadruple A game. It's not a triple A game. That's a quadruple.
Well, Skull and Bones was quadruple A too.
Yeah, that's the pirate ship one, isn't it? It said that it's a quadruple A game. Ubisoft did.
It might have too many A's for us to play.
All right.
It's just too good.
Salty.
What's that?
You're currently playing Helldivers, right?
I was earlier, yeah.
Yeah, I am. What is your opinion of how Helldivers is going?
I think it's still good.
Yeah? What do you think of the nerfs?
I haven't noticed them. I know people are upset about it, but after playing it for a lot this week, I haven't noticed anything different. So
Okay. Because a lot of people are upset, and this is one of my favorite things, is that after a couple of these PV nerfs in a PvE game, that they've now started allowing the bot faction to get close to Super Earth. Like the entire community is just like, all right, we're just going to let the bots win.
sounds about right.
Wow.
I think there was some event a little while back where people had to choose between saving a children's hospital or getting anti-tank mines, and they chose the children's hospital.
There's so I'm not the biggest fan of like a lot of balance changes in a PvE game. Like when you have, even if it's multiplayer cooperative like Helldivers is, I can understand what they're like, why they're trying to do it a little bit, because it's easier to, let's say, nerf like a player's abilities or player's weapons than it is to like buff a whole bunch of enemies, because that can have unintended consequences. But it does, man, like it just feels like you're like, oh, I found a way I'd like to play the game, and then it's like, and then I'm nerfing it, but I'm not competing against anybody, so it's not like the idea of balance in a PvE game always bothered me a little bit.
Yeah, they said something about like rebuffing things because they want the weapons to feel overpowered, I think.
Yeah, but they said that like 3 months ago.
Yeah.
Well, I hope the bots win.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for the bugs actually.
Oh yeah, well I would, but they're so easy to squash.
The xenomorphs wannabes.
Oh man,
Yeah, for real.
I missed the opportunity
yeah.
to talk about
I
this.
wonder how Alien Fireteam Elite is doing.
What's the current player count?
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go look at it.
Oh please.
Alien Fireteam Elite.
That game was actually good. I don't know why it died off.
So
what are you talking about? That game's.
We have a
I
chat.
liked it. I thought it was good.
We have a chat
man.
from Conductor Fishing. He says that he thinks that balancing a PvE game like that adds to the immersion a little bit more, and I think I can understand like
Just under
that
400 today.
when you're like, especially in a game like Helldivers, where it feels like you have a game master who's trying to like make the game more fun and compelling for the player. So Helldivers is probably a bad example of balancing PvE.
Yeah.
He says he plays a lot of Deep Rock Galactic, which was a fantastic game.
A great game.
Wait,
Yeah.
Ninja, did you say there's 400 people playing?
Yeah. That's like about the median or the average for.
How many were playing
last
that
month
new
or so.
hero shooter?
300.
300.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And
Yep.
that is a critique on capitalism.
Yeah.
Also, you want to the Suicide Squad game? There's
Like 5.
there's not enough. There's not enough people playing the game for Steam to even register like the number of people in the game.
Thanks.
Yeah.
It's gonna feel good.
Yeah.
And then I like that their answer is to get mad at the people who don't want to play their game versus to admit that they made a bad game.
And give him a female Mr. Freeze.
It's a microcosm of a greater issue in our culture, but we don't need to go into that.
I don't know. We're almost an hour in. I think it's almost time.
Yeah.
I missed this opportunity last time, but we were talking about like AAA game devs a little bit. And
Yeah, last time we got banned.
I think it's for the Olympics. They don't mind all the other things we say. They were saying that this was an animator who said, why do gamers think that an animator for a game would give two shits about their critique of a game they worked on if it's literally nothing to do with the animations? I don't get it, man. They're just so fucking stupid.
Oh man.
And
I think if you're this charged about anything.
Well, it's like, but I think this nails the problem with modern AAA gaming, or game dev, sorry, not gaming, is that there's not an idea of I'm trying to make something to benefit the game as a whole. It's like, I'm just trying to make the best possible for this person animation as I can. Screw the rest of the game. I don't care how bad it looks, or how bad the rest of the game is. I only care about making sure my specific expertise is good. There is I've only gotten into one reality TV show in my entire life, and it was a
Wait,
season.
you were on a reality TV show?
No, like actually watched one and paid attention to it.
I got it. The price is right.
It was called House Rules, and it's an Australian TV show. It was, if you ever watch it, season 5 is phenomenal. I forgot to add the Discord overlay. No one knew who was talking the entire time. No wonder people were confused.
I like to remain a mystery. Yeah.
No wonder our viewers left.
But House Rules, so the idea was in the it was based in Australia. They have 6 provinces, and they would take 2 people, either friends, brothers, or a husband and wife couple, and have them go and renovate each other's houses over the course of the season. And when they got to renovate, they would divvy up. So one couple would get like the master bedroom and the kitchen, and another couple would get like the powder room and the living room. And they would then have to argue over the like how much space is given to the kitchen and stuff like that. And you could make an amazing kitchen by taking over a large portion of the dining room, and they would have to like negotiate who gets what. And the kitchen would be amazing, but the whole house would be off, and it would just cause problems. And so everyone would lose points. Like the whole team would lose points by like not giving and letting other people thrive a little bit, and almost like making themselves a little bit less, so that the house as a whole can do better. It was a fascinating game, or a fascinating show. Highly recommend it.
Oh,
wow.
Yes, Conductor, we are a podcast. That's right. Okay. Well, I think it's time for us to talk about Satisfactory. I'm all out of news unless y'all have something else you want to talk about.
No,
I don't think
nothing
so.
new from me.
Okay. All right.
Oh wow!
The old
Brought back the-
picture. Yes, noodles, noodles and noodles.
Let's skip ahead a little bit.
We got there.
Oh, we did get there.
There we go.
Yeah, noodles. Wait, this is content from last month.
Oh man, that was fast.
10 seconds.
I was like, this ain't where we were.
Yeah, Ninja gave me
Big open field.
Ninja gave me a clip, and I was like, I'm just going to add the old last time.
Okay.
Just to see how quickly people would notice, and I'm impressed if you notice right away.
Oh yeah, I have a photographic memory.
All right.
Oh.
All right. Here we go. We got the. There we go.
This is the fuel factory.
fuel
It was
factory,
largely built
yes.
already.
It's great.
Yeah. So.
I'm really glad that Witherbottom, like in the middle of the podcast last time, was like, I thought about doing Satisfactory, and then everybody was like, yeah, let's just do Satisfactory, and then we all voted for it.
It seemed like a good time for it.
It was. We needed a Satisfactory.
Yeah. This was a great game. Oh yeah, I kept
Some of
dropping
Chief's
off
modern art.
Yeah, he was like, I need more stuff, and I was like, here you go.
Perfect.
Yep.
All right, so Satisfactory 2.0.
Yeah.
It was great.
Was it better this time than last time? I think it's definitely this game for sure is a critique on capitalism.
It was definitely better this time around, I think.
In terms
I feel
of
like
the game, or did we work together better?
We worked together a lot better.
And by that, he means me and Witherbottom got out of the way.
No. Y'all were excellent. We just kept hounding Witherbottom about his. He was not. Let's just say nuclear engineering is not his forte.
Wow. Sheesh. The Witherbottom insults start flying within the first 2 minutes.
But no, it was great. It was this is a fun game this month. And
we loved it so much, we played it again. A rare phenomenon.
Yes,
and
we've only done it with one other game, that's Valheim.
Valheim, which was another game that we loved so much, we just wanted to play it again.
Yeah.
Yep. But this time around, yeah, like I said at the beginning, we did turn off the animal stuff. So it did make it easier to progress. But still, the challenge of building factories, of getting supplies, like we kind of had an idea of what we wanted to do because we didn't get to do everything last time. But this time around, it was like, yeah, we completed every milestone, all tier 8 milestones. We're on phase 4 of the space elevator, and we really could start manufacturing probably 3 of the 4 things needed for the space elevator. Like we could easily start manufacturing that right now. And like we were nowhere close to that last time. Like nowhere close.
That's a good point.
And
to be fair, we had a nuclear accident that happened last time.
We did have a major nuclear meltdown.
Yeah. Yes, we did.
It caused a couple days of the factory to shut down.
The water.
Yeah.
Several villages died because of us.
It was basically fallout.
But we had the government cover it up, so it wasn't such a big deal.
Yeah. But I must say it was a lot of fun playing this game again.
And we got trains early this time.
We got trains faster. Like we got everything faster, and we were much more organized on what we wanted to do. Like how we wanted to get stuff to the main base, how we wanted to make our factory, and I did not waste my time making the crazy noodle fest like I did last time. Like I just set up manufacturing to get those things, and I basically ran materials back and forth from the desert to the base to do the first 3 phases of the space elevator. And then after that, I was like, okay, now we can get manufacturing actually up and going. And it worked. I worked a lot better.
Yeah, it did. To be fair, you did noodle when you got.
Oh, it is a noodle fest right now. It is the biggest noodle that I've ever done.
The biggest noodle.
Yes,
Wow.
like the biggest ball of twine in Minnesota. Well, this is the biggest noodle
in Satisfactory.
Like,
what is the biggest ball of twine in Minnesota?
That was just a Weird Al Yankovic song I just threw out of nowhere, but it could be a real thing. I don't know. But anyways, I enjoyed it. It was fun. It was, yeah.
Did it feel any different than when we played it? Was it almost 2.5 years ago now?
Honestly, no.
Well, it felt more polished. There have been several game updates. I think we were on like version 6.
No, they're supposed to launch in like a week or two, aren't they?
Yeah, it's supposed to launch in September, like version 1.0. But we were on update 6 the first time we played, and then now they're on update 8. So they've added, a lot of stuff to it. And I remember trains were like brand new when we played the first time.
Pretty sure Ninja still has nightmares about trains.
Yes, and we know how buggy and nightmaric those things were. And
what was that?
This time,
Did I tab out? I mean, I tabbed out for a second. Maybe I try not to when I'm recording. But sometimes I forget.
And this time, like the trains were just fantastic. They didn't get buggy. They didn't get stuck. They didn't like it. It was much better. A lot smoother. A lot less crashes. I will say this: the hypertubes still incredibly buggy.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But everything else about it, like the trains were great.
That's why you get the zip line and just go along the power lines. I love doing that.
I stopped using the hypertubes once we got the jetpack. I stopped using them. But yeah.
With Bottom, what did you think of this one?
I enjoy the game. I feel like the core mechanics, didn't change significantly between when we last played it, but that's the game, right? So I wouldn't say if there was like significant changes to the actual like gameplay that I noticed, but they did add more things. I don't know, the concept is fun. It's like a nice like Zen kind of game where you can kind of just like zone out and like
cozy game.
It is
very cozy.
Yeah, you just like, I'm gonna go build this factory and I'm gonna try to make it as efficient as possible. And it's kind of a
look
nice...
at this thing, it was. I got so excited near the end of this because it was like, this was I think the first factory that I spent like not a long time planning out, but I was like meticulous about the placement of everything and making a layout where it was
time building it.
Yeah, it was fun.
I think for me, like when I went and played,
look at those pipes. Look at how perfectly angled and organized they are. If you're a Type A personality, this will scratch some sort of itch you didn't know you had.
When I played back in like 2.5 years ago, I just remember like I would go and set up a copper mine or something like that, and they'll be like, "Okay, I think I did a good job." And then I come back the next day and Angry and Ninja both come in and just completely redone my entire factory. I was like, "Oh, okay." So basically, I felt like I turned into a gopher. I was like just running back and forth, like, "What do you need? I'll just run over and get you some supplies."
Yeah.
This time I was like, "With your Bottom, you're a noodler like me. Let's go do something else." So
you guys went off and did your own factories, and it turned out cool.
Aluminum.
Yeah.
Y'all did the aluminum.
We didn't like noodle all that much. I feel like we did a good job.
There There's a little bit.
I like that the standard remained from the last time you played this as to whether or not something was good in this game was whether or not it was noodly. Not whether we accomplished the goals that the game gave us, but whether it was organized.
It's like if there's, as long as the spreadsheets look nice, who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares if we're in the green?
The numbers don't matter so much.
Oh, the manufacturing right now.
Like right
is-
now, this is how anal I am about stuff. Is I was that conveyor belt that was there a minute ago was too fast for the amount of resources that was coming into it, and I wanted it to be perfect to where like the resources lined up such that they were touching, as opposed to being spaced out. That's what the direction my mind takes when I play this game.
Yep.
I think
and then you were so impressed about me telling you that you could just dump the byproduct into the awesome sink, and you're like, oh, we can have so many coupons.
Yeah, except that it was like by that point it took like 20,000 parts.
Oh, it takes over $1 million
What were
now
the
for
coupons
one
used for?
coupon.
This is me
cosmetics
counting
and
all of the
stuff.
conveyor belts to make sure they're the right type.
Different
Such a
cosmetics.
pointless-
So like,
it doesn't matter. It makes no difference. Except visually.
I think my favorite thing was definitely changing the color of Chief's factories every now and then.
oh, I hated that at first. I was like, who turned my factory pink?
Why is the hub pink?
Uh-huh. I did change it back to like white, made it look a little more neutral.
I'm gonna
I was
go
like,
there and
who?
turn it all pink.
Felt like Frozone from
Incredibles.
Incredibles. Why is my factory pink? I was like, yeah.
My second favorite thing was definitely
Tornado's like, I don't know.
my second
Yeah.
favorite was Angry logged in for a little bit and then he logged off on some platforms and I was like just deleted the platform underneath his character.
Yeah, he was just hovering there.
And so when he logged back in, he just fell. Not to his death. He just got hurt a little bit. And he was like, "Who did this?"
Well, also someone logged out while they were sitting on a train, and they just hovered there forever. And then Ninja also logged out one time in the train.
I didn't mean to do
Why
that.
can I not drive this thing?
I think I lagged out and I was like, yeah, I'm tired. I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
I got nitrogen stuff done. Increased your steel pipe output.
You did get nitrogen, and we got nitrogen piped. We actually got sulfuric acid, nitrogen, and the alumina solution piped to the base through trains, which was awesome. Yeah, he kept during this whole time. I was like, "Can we please just turn this thing on yet?" And he was like, "No, I gotta count."
I needed to make sure the entire factory was perfectly operational before we threw the switch.
Like you were measuring like angles, like you were looking right there. Like, did I angle the wire perfectly?
Yeah, yeah. Well, what of it? Was it perfect or was it not?
It turned out good, but I was like, "Can we just get the power up and running, please?"
Yeah, perfect.
So, yeah, I was just standing over there. I was like,
Well, I was also waiting on you to come so we could start it up together, I think.
I know. Oh yeah, I had to bring you a bunch of crap too.
Yeah, he was my gopher for this factory.
It was. You're like, I need this, and I'd run and get it.
It was good.
So this is what the coupons do. They're the like glass walls.
Yeah.
You know, what was the other one? The floor, like tube pipes or whatever, conveyor belt walls, all that. So we spent a lot of coupons.
Is that the right placement for that?
No. But I had Chiefs.
He
See,
needed
it needed to be neat, Jarnot. It needed to be neat. I bet you all those copper sheets are still there.
Probably.
They are. I was looking for some copper sheets for a little while ago.
Oh, speaking of copper, I saw this video. You know, it's funny how YouTube is. You know, I looked up something on Satisfactory and then it just showed me
all of your
1,000 Satisfactory videos. This one video was like, it was like I got all of the copper in Satisfactory. And I was like, what? He said, yes, you read that right. I got all of the copper. He literally had every copper node being piped to the, it was like tens of thousands of constructors, like conveyor belts. Like he said the game got so laggy. But he said I piped all of the copper in the entire map. I was like, wow.
That's commitment.
It was very commitment.
It's like
He
those
said-
Minecraft videos you see of the people who make like the Great Wall of China in Minecraft.
Yeah.
To scale.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, okay.
Congrats.
It's amazing what
It's
some
like-
Red Link can do for you.
He's like, I got all of the copper.
That one was a
It was
little off
funny.
center, by the way.
The previous one was off center.
Yeah.
Look, I made some concessions this playthrough. You know, I'll admit this is too far. I'm gonna have to do it again. Idiot. I said, fuck it. There we go. Now we're talking.
I think that was the one that kept tripping me up on my my power line.
Well, sorry.
Salty, what do you think of Satisfactory?
I love the game. Wish I could have played it more this month, but it is a very good game.
It was a good time.
It's quite satisfactory.
Indeed.
When are you going to cover that? We don't want the elements.
Oh,
destroying
don't you
them.
worry. It's coming up in the footage. I actually don't think I complete it in the footage, so I know that's going to be not satisfying and quite the ironic twist.
Like this whole thing is just
I thought about just putting in
edging
an-
over and over again.
Yeah. It's like, you think I'm going to start the factory? No, I'm going to go work on the hypertubes.
I think we had started the factory now.
Oh,
It was
no, there's that one
slowly-
over there. Oh, okay. I thought this was the one over in over near the desert for some reason.
No, this
I don't
one
know which
was
one you're
the
making now.
yeah. This is the. Also, you decided to put us in the hardest region to start.
Second hardest.
So. I thought the forest was the hardest.
No, the desert.
But the desert is, strictly speaking, the hardest because there's no, like, biofuel is so scarce. And it's
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
unless you're, like, flying through the achievements and stuff, it's hard to do.
Gotcha.
I was like,
Forest,
what
the
kind of?
forest has no flat spaces.
Yeah, that was a weird thing. We had
You
to
have to
make
build
our own flat
everything up.
spaces.
Yeah. Yeah. The storage unit, the storage building, like that's like a 5-story building now.
Right. We ought to make it look like a real factory and put some walls
I mean,
up.
you're more than welcome to enclose it. Oh
yeah, this was
you were like-
this was what you were doing. You brought me like 10,000 silica.
Like, I need silt, and I was like, okay.
Oh, God.
I want you to know I ran all the way to the desert to get that for you.
I appreciate it.
Where the bottom,
That
did you get
factory
your
can go well.
uranium factory in?
Someone completed it for me,
Okay.
so it was completed.
Yeah, I worked on that.
You're about to witness the beginning
Okay.
of the factory.
I want to see. Turn it on.
Yeah.
Pull the lever, Crunk.
We were discussing.
I was like,
Final
which ones are you
steps.
going to start? Because we wanted to start them all at the same time.
Oh, here we go. But then
Did it work on the first try?
I
No,
think we
because
may
you
have had
forgot
do the
to-
pump.
You forgot to do the pump.
I forgot to do the. Yeah, I forgot to turn on the pump.
And then I was like, dude, there's the pipe glitched out because it wasn't going. And then we had to like delete a pipe and put it back in.
Yeah, the pipes can be a little janky.
Yeah, the pipes can be a
That's
bit
very annoying. I don't know if they are gonna fix that before.
Oh, that's pretty.
Right? You like that, huh?
That's nice.
You like how organized that is? How efficient?
Yes. Has
Oh
both
no,
form
the
and
pipes
function.
are messing up on the coal factory because
Coal
we had all
factory,
the
yeah, we
that
had
water.
we had to go through like 20 different adjustments before we got it to work
Mhm.
right.
That was ridiculous.
I started using ChatGPT. All right, see you later, Conductor. Thanks for
What?
stopping by. Say bye to Conductor.
Hi, conductor.
Sure.
Or alternatively, dun, 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 dun.
Ooh, I hadn't thought about that. Yeah, I forget what I was going to say about pipes.
Go on. So give us your spiel on pipes. What's your
it was
opinion
a
on
chat
pipes?
GPT. Like at one of the point my things weren't working on, so I asked chat GPT, I'm like, why isn't my Satisfactory factory working?
Oh,
I was
really?
like, have you tried checking your connections? I was like, oh, okay.
That's a good point.
Damn you, chat GPT, for winning.
Have you tried powering it off and powering it back on?
That was
again?
also another suggestion.
Really?
Yes. And then it was like,
That's funny.
you could try closing your game and opening it back up again. Maybe the server, restart the server.
Wow.
I was like, uh-oh.
Look at this.
They're not all coming in at the same rate.
Yeah, well, don't worry. It
They were
evens
all
out.
turning on at different rates.
It takes time for this stuff to iron out. And the reason for that is because they're like all of this stuff was in a line, yeah. So like each split does it like according to the number of connections you have put in. So if you have fluid coming in and it splits into two, it's not like it fills up that one pipe until like for the appropriate amount just for that machine. It's like it splits at 50-50 until the one is overflowing. So then it's like they all have to take some time to even out, which is why I debated whether or not I wanted to do that. It's like an annoying thing to make sure they all run perfectly even from the beginning, but it looked cooler this way. So
it took a good 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Before the factory was completely stable.
It's like a real power plant.
I had to put a limiter on our aluminum factory to
Yeah, I think each side of this power facility had 14 oil fuel generators running, but the 14th on either side was running at only 1/3 capacity because that was where it worked out with maximum efficiency. And now you'll see me building the walls, but I am fairly certain I don't finish it in this footage, so I'm sorry in advance.
Oh,
I do remember you taught me how to zoop.
Oh yeah, the
zoop.
Yeah,
You gotta be zooping. Remember last time we played this? I just got really quick at aiming.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, that's
He was a god in Destiny for a couple of weeks.
Oh man. Sheesh. Wow, so
it was a fun game.
Overall, we still highly recommend Satisfactory. So much, in fact, that we might even play it a third time.
Probably. When the game actually releases, they've added again, videos popped up from the actual game developers since the game is launching in September. They've added a lot of stuff.
Even for the launch?
game, they've added the quantum mechanics is the new stuff.
Oh my gosh!
So yeah, you're. You remember those nodes
if
that
we
we would
look
find
at our
the
factory,
same?
it might be there, it might not be.
Basically, remember those nodes that we would find sometimes with the SAM ore?
Yeah.
Like we're actually going to use that now.
Will we have those creepy voices still talking in our head whenever we walk around?
I think the developer said that those are going away. Like some of those alien artifact things. I think that they said that they tried to put that in, but it just didn't work with what they envisioned at first.
They told me to buy Dogecoin. I didn't.
And send it to the VGotM Doge address.
but he was the developers are really cool. Like it's just like it's not that many people either. Like I think this developer is called Coffee Stain. I think
Yes, I think so.
they're a really small group.
People name their kids anything these days.
They've made some weird like games. I think they made Sim Goat, didn't they?
Oh, Goat Simulator?
Yeah, Goat Simulator. I think they did.
Oh, dude, that was a great game. Oh, can we put that on the list?
Published by Coffee Stain. Yeah, developed and published by Coffee Stain Studios.
Yeah.
Goat Simulator Remastered?
Yeah, some clever guys.
They are. They love physics.
Wow. That's cool, though. You know, I'll say this about Satisfactory is that I've had a couple people like who are not part of the podcast ask me about this game because, you know, like a couple people in my life like know that I did it. No, I made this whole story up.
All right, continue.
But they like, oh, like what's that game about? You know, because I'm like the guy who recommends games to them now. And I was like, everyone I told about this game was like, that sounds like the stupidest game ever. And like, I get it in a way. Like, logically speaking, this shouldn't be nearly as fun as it is. Like, you are just, there's no, like, you don't gain anything out of making these factories. You just progress. You just continue manufacturing,
which is basically every multiplayer game you play normally. Like,
well, yeah, but it's like you get like a cool cosmetic, or you get like a cool weapon that does something unique that you haven't seen before in the game. Nope, in this game you're going to see the same stuff over and over, just on a grander scale. And yet, it is one of the most engrossing games I've ever played in my life. Mm-hmm. I don't know how to explain it, but it is just a must-try game. I mean, just like the vehement reactions I got from people that were like, that sounds like the stupidest thing. Like, I would never play that.
No,
like,
I literally lost sleep because of this game. Because like I was working on the encased steel beam or encased beam factory, and I kind of got to a point where I was tired, so I went to bed, and I literally was sleeping fitfully because I was dreaming about how to optimize the factory, and I was just I woke up at 5 or something. I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna go finish it because I can't sleep. So I just went and finish the factory so I could go back to bed.
I feel bad because I didn't lose any sleep over this game.
when we started the trains, I kid you not, I stayed up till 1:30 a.m. one night making the train loop.
Wow. And then I undid all of it.
No, not the first loop.
Okay.
It was the second one.
How did we restart? I think we restarted.
The first train loop I completely undid, and then I redid the entire thing.
Yeah.
And then I didn't bother with the rest. I could have done it, but I got lazy after I did the first train loop.
Oh, you had
it was nice.
All right, we're gonna go back to the. There we go.
Wow, what a game!
Yeah. It's good. I enjoyed it.
You know, I should have taken a video of the train loop. That would have been a good one.
Yeah.
We had a sick train loop going in the previous game. I even built a tunnel for it to go through and stuff. It felt really cool. I was gonna do that this month, and then I just ran out of time.
And then you log back on, and it's like train derailed.
Yeah, there was that. That was a real problem. Because, well, I mean, to be fair, so the reason that happened in our previous playthrough so much was because we put 3 trains on the same track, which is feasible if you do the loop right.
Oh,
but then, if anything happens to the server, the server resets or any of that nonsense, the trains just collide somehow on the track or get stuck somewhere, and yeah, it turned out to be quite the problem. But yeah, I think my favorite part of this may even be trains, despite how finicky it is.
I love the trains.
Did you get the drone set up like you said you would?
I did. I love the drones too. The drones are really cool.
I've never done drones, but I tried to ride one when I logged in, and I fell off somewhere. I got flung off into the sky.
You can already tell this is our first playthrough, and you can see how much more noodling.
Yeah, you see the noodles instantly happening. Oh man, I really loved this spot on the map though. It was a lot of fun.
I loved the openness of it.
Yeah, I wish that they would have. Like, it would be cool if you could. Now I know like the usefulness of the resource map online and all that stuff, but like if there was like a custom slider or something for your server where you could change the density of resources or that would be fun too. Just because like a lot of it is you're kind of whenever you're exploring because you want to find like good sets of nodes that are, either like, you get like 3 pure iron nodes all together, or you get like, like eventually you're mixing like iron and coal. So you want to find like that stuff close to one another. It'd be cool if you could change that stuff if that was a custom.
Yeah, it would be cool if you could paint it, like make your own map.
Yeah. Ideas for future Satisfactory updates. I know the developers are watching. They've been waiting eagerly for our input the second time.
They gave such good input the first time that we were able to release 2.5 years later.
Yeah, that's right. It's actually thanks to VGotM that they're
that's what they're calling the release
next week. Yeah, the VGotM thank you update. This looks like coal factory to me.
It is a coal factory. You kept telling me where to put it, and I was like, "Where? What do you mean?" Like, no, I don't want it there. I want it here.
Yeah,
this is where you're
I like
telling
that
me to
you
put
remember
it.
this.
Nope.
This is a core memory for you.
Yes. I was like, "Do you want it in this spot?" And you're like, "No, scoot it over more." I'm like, "I can't scoot it over more."
Okay, clearly.
Like, no, I want it on the edge.
Yeah, if you would
like,
just,
what?
Yeah, come on. Why don't you just put it on the edge, Chief?
Just put it the right way. He shook my camera no there. I was like, that's not it.
All right, shall we vote?
Yeah,
Yes.
let's vote. Let's find out what we're playing.
All right. First
Good
one
play
on the
games.
list is from Chief.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell us about Black Myth Wukong?
Yes.
Oh.
So it's a Chinese mythology game, which I'm not really, keen on. But it
order of Chinese mythology.
Huh? I know like my Greek mythology, and I know Norse mythology, but I don't know Chinese mythology.
Yeah.
But basically, it does do a lot with the zodiac, like the Chinese zodiac. So like the the year of the snake and the rat, and this one is focused around the monkey, and you're basically the monkey god, basically. And you go around and like you fight demons, you help the Chinese people there, you battle other things, you get powers. Supposedly you can absorb the powers of enemies that you fight and transform into them and like fight and battle enemies with those powers. Does anybody watch Dragon Ball Z?
Yes, isn't it like based on?
So Goku
is based on this.
Is based on this character, the Wukong.
Yeah, cool. Is that why he turns into a monkey?
So the grade 8 form is based on him. Goku flies around on the flying Nimbus.
That's right.
Your character flies around on a cloud, and he has a pole staff, just like Goku has a pole staff. So, but it's really cool. And another reason I want to do it is because Games Radar, I think, is one of these.
Yeah, Games Radar.
Yeah, Games Radar. They gave it a thumbs down because of its lack of diversity.
Yeah,
in the game.
Wow, dude, no way that's a rating system now.
And and the reason is simply because that's how it is. And I wanted to like type and say, you do realize this is a Chinese mythology game.
Yeah.
They're not going to put a black samurai in it like Ubisoft did.
So
I can't believe they would.
A little bit more about the in terms of game journalist side, games media side of it, is it broke the Steam single game record for concurrent players. Was like 2.5 million.
Holy cow! As opposed to the what was it, 100 from that other game?
Yeah, but Concord has 300. So it hit that, and then, but I think 90% of them were in China, and so during the day, everyone stopped playing basically, or well during like Western day time, everyone stopped playing because it was nighttime in China, and so game journalists would be like, yeah, I mean Wukong like broke the all-time record, but they also like lost 90% of their player base in like 4 hours. And then the next day it was like back up to 2.5. And it's like, oh, because people are going to bed.
Yep. No,
I've heard it's really fun though. I've seen a couple of gameplay videos and it looks fun.
also a big YouTuber I follow. His name's Esoteric. He's one of the best, like honestly, one of the best players. He'll put the game on the hardest difficulty. Yeah, besides us.
Yeah.
But he was playing like he did Elden Ring videos. He would put the game on the hardest difficulty, fight the hardest boss, and be like, take no damage. And so if he's playing Black Myth Wukong, then you know it's going to be a good game. So highly recommend it.
Little appeal to authority there.
Cool. All right, I suggested Deadlock. Deadlock is Valve's approach to the hero shooter, but they're doing it slightly differently. And they're doing it as a third-person or first-person MOBA. It's still very early in development, so there's a lot of features and stuff like that that are broken. Well, not broken, but like they're throwing a lot of spaghetti to the wall to see what sticks. But I've heard some interesting things about it. I think it'll be fun to play a MOBA with y'all, and might as well play one that no one else knows how to play. And there's no skill-based matchmaking so far.
Oh, now you're talking.
It's too early for skill-based matchmaking.
Returning VGotM members will know that I'm the hot take on skill-based matchmaking.
My only thing about Deadlock is how would everybody play it?
So I can go, like anyone who has access to it can go in and send an invite to anybody on their friends list.
Oh, okay.
And so I have sent it to Chief, Ninja, and Witherbottom, I believe.
Yeah, I've already got it on my games list.
So that's how.
Okay, I didn't know. I was just being sure we would all be able to play it if we did get voted on.
Baldur's Gate 3 was happy for Wyan's suggestion. He loves his Baldur's Gate 3. I think he basically plays it all the time still.
All the time.
It is a game I'm highly interested in playing. You can play it as a co-op D&D, like CRPG style, turn-based RPG. And you can play a co-op with up to 4 or 5 people. I don't remember exactly how many. It's on my list. I just haven't figured out how time to play it.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's like the big problem, like one of the reasons why I haven't voted for it regularly is because you have to basically dedicate time to play it together. So if you're going to set up like a 4-person team, you basically have to be like, oh, it's like someone else can't play more. Like otherwise the save file gets not corrupted, but like you go and do content that the other person didn't get to have.
Right.
So it's like it would probably be better for like a weekly or like, you know, everyone plays for
every Tuesday.
Yeah, something like that. I think that's what Happy Hawaiian does. He plays every Tuesday with his friends. Okay, Skull and Bones I think was Ninja.
Yeah. I don't really know a whole lot about it, I'm going to be honest.
Quadruple A.
Yeah, quadruple A. It's got mixed reviews on Steam. It's about sailing. I know that. That's pretty much all I know. I saw sailing. I thought, I don't know. I get a second choice this month. I'll recommend it. Which will bring my segue to my next game, which was Dying Light 2, which I have recommended before, and that is zombie parkour. My explanation gets shorter every time I recommend it. Yeah, either of them would be okay. I think if I had to lean one way or another in terms of my suggestion, I'd say Dying Light, but you know what? That's just based off the Steam reviews.
Hell Breach was Witherbottom?
Yep. So this one, my understanding is that it is a game kind of designed off of the old school zombies game mode from Call of Duty, like Black Ops when it first came out. So it's kind of like it's more of like a drop in and play for a little bit, and not really worried about progression or anything like that. Like you just hop in with some friends, play for a little while, upgrade, buy some new guns, kill some zombies. There's multiple game modes. There's some competitive game modes and some co-op game modes and like that. So it is more focused on that kind of like quick, pick up and play versus like the progression or falling behind if you don't play often. And it sounded kind of fun because I used to play the old zombies mode back on the Black Ops a long time ago. So that's that one, and it's $10.
Very nice. And did you suggest War Tales also?
I did.
I read that as War Turtles. I was like, oh yes, Pokemon. But then
War Tales is like a medieval RPG kind of game where you kind of lead a group of mercenaries through this world, and you have kind of control what they do and how they interact with the world. But it's up to it's co-op as well, and so it gives you kind of like it's a medieval setting where you like explore the world, like take jobs, collect bounties, and like kind of like explore this medieval universe as a group if you want to.
Very nice. Elder Scrolls Online was a salty.
That was me, yeah. So I've recommended it before. It's a MMO. There's a lot of stories in it. They're all voiced. It's got dungeons, raids, all sorts of group stuff we could all do together, and a ton of solo stuff we could do together. I think it'd be really fun.
All right. My second suggestion is Core Keeper. Core Keeper is a kind of like top-down survival crafting game. Has some elements of Satisfactory and Factorio in it. But it's like a fantasy, set in the fantasy time, and it's like pixel art. And I think that you can go and like it's about mining, and so like you can go and what do you call it? Like mine out areas in your cave, and it's like finding artifacts and stuff like that to make yourself better, so you can fight bosses. I remember there being bosses in there. I played it for about an hour with my wife, I think last year at some point, but just came out with its 1.0 version yesterday, and has I think 30,000 concurrent players on it, so it seems to be doing pretty good.
A little bit of Terraria.
Yeah, a little bit of Terraria, a little bit of Satisfactory or Factorio. Yeah, that's probably Terraria and Factorio. Trombone Champ. Who suggested that?
Me.
Jeez.
It's a meme.
Okay.
It is a meme.
All right.
I don't know if you've ever seen people play that game, but it's very funny. It's like Guitar Hero, but with the trombone, and you're just playing music with the trombone. It's like doing all that with the trombone.
Good trombone.
It's funny.
And last one is Abiotic Factor. I know it's Ski Freely's, but Ninja, you said you looked it up. You want to give it a go?
I did. Yeah, I'll read the Steam review because that seems like a pretty good description. Abiotic Factor is a survival crafting experience for 1 to 6 players set in the depths of an underground research facility. Caught between paranormal containment failure, a military crusade, and chaos from a dozen realms, the world's greatest minds must survive against the universe's biggest threats. The trailer looked fun. It was like, it's got that nice little like kind of horror edge to it that I think like Lethal Action had. And but it's a survival crafting, so I bet we could dump some time into it within a month. Looked good to me,
All right.
It is an early access game. It's a great way to stay in shape.
Yeah. All right. Who wants to vote first today?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Oh man.
Black Myth 1. Deadlock 2. Hellbreach 3. Core Keeper 4, and Abiotic 5.
Okay. Who's next?
That's not on the right. Just so you're aware.
What's not on the right?
That's not on the right.
Yeah,
Oh.
you're one.
It's not
You're
on the
one.
right. Yeah.
I'm tired. Trying to sabotage Abiotic.
Apparently, goodness.
I will go.
All right.
I'm gonna say Deadlock 1,
Wow.
Hell Breach 2, Black Myth 3, Core Keeper 4, and War Tales 5.
All right. I'll go next. I want Core Keeper 1.
Oh, man.
I think Hell Breach 2, Deadlock 3, Wukong 4, and Abiotic Factor 5.
Salty?
All right, I'll do Deadlock 1. Elder Scrolls Online 2. Skull and Bones 3. Why not? Baldur's Gate 4. And then Black Myth 5.
All right. What you doing, Ninja?
I'm going to do... Oh, God. I'm going to do 1 Core Keeper, 2 Hell Breach, 3 Abiotic, 4 Baldur's Gate, and 5 I'll do, because I feel bad I didn't get any votes, Dying Light 2.
All right. I think we might get surprised.
Ooh.
Here we go.
It's gonna be Core Keeper.
Core Keeper by 1 over
Got 1 point. Wow.
Wow. I could have tied it if I put my 5th point into Deadlock.
I know. Then what have we've done ties before.
We've done one tie before.
Right. That's how we played Destiny.
We had, yeah.
Well.
Wow.
GG.
Core Keeper.
Core Keeper it is. I'm excited.
Hey, you've been suggesting that for a while.
I have suggested it before. It'll be fun.
It looks good. I've had it on my wish list for a while, and it's on sale.
I think I'll have to set up another dedicated server. I think they'd probably have that. Oh wait, didn't Trouble say he had the dedicated server he wanted me to use?
He sure did.
All right, I'm gonna reach out
It
to him.
takes his backsies Trouble.
All right, well.
All right.
It's been a good podcast. Any last words?
Have your pets spayed or neutered.
Always brush and floss.
In that order?
Don't step in water you can't see the bottom of.
Vaccines make you artistic.
Artistic?
Artistic.
Yeah. Nice.
And don't pee in the yellow snow.
Don't.
Wait, what?
This is VGotM.
Ladies and gentlemen.